Hey guys, happy Friday afternoon. Yay, we've made it to Friday. And from the fact that there hasn't been a title saying box opening, yeah, no baby guys. Quick update is that I really just don't have an update. It's really very sad. I'm trying not to get, upset or, you know, too mad about it because there's nothing I can do, so it doesn't help to get angry or upset about it. So I'm kind of just trying to go with the flow. Um, the tracking has not updated in over 3 days. Um, Contacted the post office and they can't tell me anything. Yeah, so hopefully the baby's not lost in the mail somewhere. I don't know what's going on. I have a really a hate relationship. There's no love in it, but there's a hate relationship with the postal system because it's just been awful and it just gets worse and worse and worse. So, yeah, not real happy about it, but I'm going to try to not dwell on it. Hopefully the baby will be home when the baby is due. It's like waiting on, a real baby being born. They come in their own time. So in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy Monroe because I just adore this baby. And I thought I would chat with you guys about a topic that's come up from another person's channel. Lynn from Littlefoot Nursery was talking about in one of her videos feeling the pressure of getting like a Clare Taylor baby because everybody seems to be talking about them a lot lately, and there's a new Clare Taylor Facebook group, and not really, she hasn't really found a face or a specific sculpt that really calls to her, and so she's not necessarily understanding, maybe she's missing something. What is it about Claire's babies? And I noticed some comments under the video, which kind of sparked my interest, because I think for a lot of people that haven't seen Clare Taylor babies, or only maybe even seen one or had one, then it's hard for people to understand the draw to these babies. So I'm going to talk about what it is about Claire's babies that I am drawn to and give you my perspective on things, because I don't love every face she sculpts either. That I can tell you. I have certain ones that call to me more than others, but I have experienced a lot of her babies from the time she started sculpting and putting out silicone babies. I bought one of her I think it might have been her second. Started with her second sculpt, and from that point on, I have always purchased Clare Taylor babies over the years, in between buying other artist silicones babies as well. So I've experienced lots of different artists. I think there are so many wonderful, fantastic artists out there that it's, that's the whole fun of it, is that we don't all share the same taste. I mean, let's face it, if we all literally wanted the exact same doll, like, one, it would be boring, and 99% of us wouldn't have a doll that we liked because we'd all want the same doll and there wouldn't be enough of them. So for me, it really is, it's kind of awesome that we don't all love the same sculpts. And, there's a lot of people that really like certain artists' work that I've had and I haven't really enjoyed myself, and it just wasn't my favorite, artist's work or favorite details or what have you. It could be the silicone. So I don't think there's anything wrong with people liking different things. I think that that's to be expected. And, for me, I can tell you specifically what it is about Claire's babies. And I've always said this, and, if anybody out there is watching right now that has followed me for any length of time, you will have heard this before. Pictures and videos do not do Clare Taylor's babies justice. They never have. They don't come through in the same way of what I see in person. So a lot of people, until they have one, they find one that, you know, they like, and they get it, they bring it home, and they either bond with it or they don't. And some people, you know, Clare Taylor's faces are very character faces. They're not what I would call pretty faces, majority of them. They're not made to be super pretty perfect. They're very realistic, and there are certain characteristics about Clare's babies' faces that remind me of my own babies when they were born and when they were young babies. So there's certain things that I see in Clare's sculpting, but I also there's this, I can say the same thing for Romy's babies. I've had a good handful of different Romy babies over the years, and there was something about those babies that also reminded me of my children, and that's what I tend to be. I get kind of pulled towards. I think that's what it is. But for me, it comes down to a variety of things. It comes down to the fact that I really love the feel of the silicone, and I love that she's able to paint a specific type of depth to the silicone, so there's a realism there. So to me, you can have the most pretty sculpted baby, but if it's not painted to look alive in person, they can look great in pictures, they can look great in video, but if they don't look beautiful and realistic, like they're almost living in person to me, then it's not something that I'm going to bond with. So for me, the bond is the realism, and to me, that's important. And not everybody is the same type of collector that looks for the same things. That's what I also want to point out, is that each collector has a different thing that they're kind of looking for that like checks those boxes, that makes that doll perfect to them. And many people take a long time to even figure out what it is they even like and seek in dolls. I've had many years of experiencing several, so many amazing babies by so many amazing artists to figure out what it is about a specific doll that I am bonded to. And it's taken me a long time to get there, but I do know what I like. And, this face might not be for everybody, and I've heard a lot of really derogatory comments about some of Clare's babies when this discussion has been had, and I'm not offended in any way because I get it, believe me. But I think that a huge percentage of those comments come from people who have never seen one in person. And in order to experience what I'm talking about, you have to kind of see them in person to understand. You have to be able to look in their eyes, see the type of painting that it is, to really get what we're all talking about. And I think that's why we've all kind of, as Clare Taylor collectors, I think that's why we've kind of come together, because it's quite normal. There's a Romy Stridham Facebook group that's been around for quite a while now. So there's different types of doll artist groups that want to honor a specific artist and share their dolls, and it's a place where collectors who have the same love for that particular artist's work can come and share their babies without people kind of being a little harsh, I guess you could say. Like, I don't mind if people don't like my dolls, but not everybody has thick skin and wants to share a doll and have someone, criticize it. So I think that's also another good reason why, specific artist Facebook groups are really kind of nice. Because then you're sharing with like-minded people. Because we all get that not every artist is loved by every collector. It'd be impossible. And I'm pulling a little string off of the sleeper, sorry. So for me, I wish everybody could experience a Clare Taylor doll, not just a kit either, or like the Gabby Gal. I know that Lynn had a Gabby Gal, and I didn't care for the Gabby Gal face or faces. I mean, they were okay, but they weren't my favorites. And so they're, like I said, there's not every Clare Taylor doll is a favorite of mine. Like, I don't love, 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 love all of the faces. So I think, I wish everybody could experience a Clare Taylor doll, not just a kit either, or like the Gabby Gal. I mean, they were okay, but they weren't my favorites. And so they're, like I said, there's not every Clare Taylor doll is a favorite of mine. Like, I don't love all of the faces. So that was a no-frills doll, and I can tell you that the silicone is nowhere near what Claire uses for her Edition babies. So I hope that Lynn will get to experience seeing, feeling. I know that Diana's taking Kane, which is another Dwayne, but a baby boy. She's bringing him to Rose, so I'm so excited for Lynn to actually be able to see and experience him in person. And maybe she'll like him, maybe she won't, and maybe Clare Taylor dolls they're just not her cup of tea, and that's absolutely fine. But it'd be nice if she could experience what we're talking about, so then maybe it'd be more understandable why we are so like in love with silicone and the sculpting and yada yada yada. But every artist has their favorite collectors. I think that's normal. I think that that's just part of, you know, any hobby. People have their favorites, and then people have things that they may not care for, and that's okay. But I absolutely love Claire's work. I respect her as an artist. I respect her as a person. I think she does her best to really make us collectors happy, and I've always had really good customer service from her, and that's also a big part of why I'm a big supporter of her, and I've always been very supportive. I've always kind of promoted her dolls in my videos, you know, in my posts like on Doll Fan. You know, I was always that person, you know, raving about the quality in comparison, and you know, just my experience with dealing with her has always been so very professional. So a lot of that has to go into it as well. It's not just the doll, but it's also the experience with the artist that really is important to me. And I'm not saying that you don't have that experience with other artists, because Romy Stridham, I've also done, you know, I've had her dolls, and she's amazing, wonderful person as well to deal with, and her customer service is impeccable. So there's a lot that goes into it. But for me, it's okay if people don't really love my baby. I've said this before. I'm the only one that really has to love her or love any Clare Taylor baby. But I think, like I said, I think it boils down to we all have different taste. And that's really what makes doll collecting so fun, because I think that's why I love watching certain channels. Like one of the reasons why I love watching Lynn's channel is because she has a completely different variety of dolls by a different artist that I don't ever get to see on most people's channels. Like she has Andrea Arcello. I never know how to pronounce her last name, so I may be butchering that. My apologies. But I love seeing her babies. I had an Andrea baby once upon a time, and didn't have the greatest experience with her, but I still love her work. I think that Andrea sculpts the most amazing babies. She has, I think she's got some of the best sculpting talent. So I really love seeing Lynn's babies. And even though I don't have them, I still enjoy them through watching her channel, which is wonderful. Baby Lynn is just, I'm obsessed with her. I think she's like the cutest darn thing ever, which I've expressed to Lynn. that I love her baby Lynn. But yeah, I think that's why I enjoy watching other people's channels that have other artists' dolls, because then I get to experience them without having to buy them like I used to do. I used to just buy them all the time and experience them myself, and then it's an expensive way to learn what you like and don't like. But yeah, I think that's the fun of it. I think that's the fun of having social media and having YouTube channels to share our babies on as well, because we get to see everybody else's love for whatever artist that they really enjoy. And that's what I've also mentioned in a lot of my videos before, is that I can fall in love with a baby that I would have never dreamt I would really enjoy through watching another mommy out there enjoying. So seeing someone else's love for their baby makes me fall in love with them, if that makes sense. Yeah, it's kind of my thoughts. Monroe here is wearing this cute little Next sleeper. This is one of the newer ones, and they do run a little bit smaller than the previous few bunches of sleepers. They do definitely run a little smaller. they don't not fit her, but the armholes in particular I've noticed are more tight. They're less giving and stretchy. But I can get her in it, and it's not, you know, tight on her. It's just I've noticed they're slightly smaller in size compared to the other 1 month sizes that I got a few months back, is all I'm saying. So 1 month still fits them, guys. So anybody out there that has this baby, the 1 month fits fine. It's just, it's a little bit more difficult to get the arms through the holes. But yeah, so I will keep you guys posted on this new baby that should be home. I'll keep you updated on the labor. Hopefully it won't be too much longer, guys. I'm, you know, trying just not to let it get to me, and I'm going to enjoy this little munchkin here. But until then, guys, that's pretty much it for me. I'm going to enjoy this little baby girl on this Friday evening. Yeah, we're probably going to watch a movie or something and stay in because it's gotten cold and windy outside. So, yeah, that's the goal. I hope you guys enjoy your Friday evening. And Monroe and I will see you all soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.